Like it's a regular conversation. They're talking, you're just sitting watching the conversation, and then out of nowhere, just cut, and this pans up her leg, and you're like, what the hell? What's up, guys? For the past couple of days, you guys probably know an occurrence of anime videos on my channel. Only two, but you know, that's gonna slowly grow over time, including this video right here. You know, I talk about anime and stuff like that, but I don't really tell you what I consider a good anime or a bad one. If you guys watch it, you probably can relate. And if you guys don't watch it, you could probably take this into consideration before you even start watching. I put anime into two categories. One category is the filler anime, and the other category is just anime in general. Filler anime is basically, does it fit the criteria of anime, so it's placed in filler anime, just like, you know, filler episode. When I'm in between two good anime, I watch a filler anime, which is not as good as the anime, but it's just a placeholder until I find a new anime to watch. When it comes to animation, I don't really like watching shows before 2009 because the anime is straight trash. But there are some exceptions. When it comes to fighting, if it's a fighting show, they have to, I don't really like shows that are just two punches and then a super attack. Like I said, some shows have an exception, but most of the shows, it kind of get irritating when they start a fight and then they just hit each other twice and then just start off with just super moves all over the place. Fights usually only last 30 seconds in those kind of shows. When I talk about filler anime, each episode has a problem and they fix the problem towards the end of the episode, which doesn't actually contribute to the overall main villain of the story. Like if you watch Power Rangers, in every Power Ranger episode, they have a problem and they solve the problem at the end of the story, but it never actually connects to anything else throughout the entire story. I like the build up to the ending. There may be like little fights here and there. Every episode has a problem and solution that has nothing to do with the overall story. I just feel like it's not really, you know, a good show. The villains gotta be on point. I feel like a good villain is a villain you like. You can disagree with what he's doing, like, yeah, that's kind of fucked up, but after you're done watching the show and you're just like, that villain was a badass. Like when a villain dies and you're like, that was my nigga. Like that's a good villain. When you think of a villain, you're just like, it's just a villain. Like he affected the story like all the way through. You gotta have some sort of impact. Some shows don't have a main villain, but they still know how to make the little situations that they get in matter throughout the show. Like, I usually like 12 episode series because I feel like if it goes over that, then there's a lot of fillers, and except for the 24 episode ones, they have more fillers than the 12 episode, but they don't have as much fillers as Naruto and other shows like that. You know, last video we were talking about the openings. Yeah, they gotta have a fire opening. I mean, like, I don't really care about the opening as long as the show is good, but the opening just adds on to the freaking dopeness of it. It's like, I feel like if every episode is fast, it's a good show. So if you're watching, you just started it, you're like, damn, it ended already, and it's like, damn, it ended already, that was too quick. You want to go on to the next episode and finish another episode. If you can tell the episode is dragging on too long, you're like, when is this episode gonna end? I don't feel like it's a good show, because then you're like wanting it to end, and then, you know, you don't really want to watch the next episode. But I feel like a show that continuously leaves you at a point at the end of the episode where you're like, damn, I'm trying to see the next episode. I feel like that's a fire show. I hate when they copy and paste, like, he has a tragic background and he lost his family in like some disaster, but then it left him scarred, but then makes him a badass at the same time. I like when every single character has a form of backstory. I don't like when they just throw random characters into the mix without any any background, or you don't really care if they die or not. If they have a sort of connection to the main character, they should have a background. Like there's one show that I've watched that has most of this stuff in it. Bento is basically about kids who go to school they don't really have a lot of money. So what they do is, to get food, they go to this convenience store and there's bento boxes that you can buy. But at a certain time, these bento boxes are labeled with like half, 75% off, 50% off, like all that stuff. Not everyone can get one of them because they're all students. They all don't have it. They're all broke. They have to fight in order to get a bento box at half price or 70% off. I thought that was a good show because it doesn't really have a main hard story that affects everyone. It's just cool how they made something so basic into something so extreme. Like these guys be boxing in the store, flipping over niggas and shit. They be breaking necks with freaking baskets. Who thought of that? And they managed to incorporate a love interest, but didn't really overshadow all of the action and stuff that went into it. Now, getting on the topic of ecchis, I don't like awkward ecchis. It's just awkward to just watch, you know? Like it's a regular conversation. They're talking, you're just sitting watching the conversation, and then out of nowhere, just cut, and this pans up her leg, you know, like what the hell? What are you doing? Like, I feel like unreasonable scenes like that, it just makes it more awkward than it needs to be. Some shows do it well, like some shows really do it well, like they do it at the right moments that doesn't make it seem as awkward as most ecchis out there. You know it's bad when your friend walks in the room and you're just watching it, and then when it gets to that scene, you like kind of get like, I don't like when in Zero to Heroes they go from zero to hero in 2 or 3 episodes. I'm trying to see that man go from 0 to hero towards the end. Oh yeah, bro, he's weak. Oh shit, he's not weak. What makes a good anime is just good, you know, plot that makes sense, freaking good character development, like good animation. Are just kind of boring shows, except for shows who do it right. You know, it's all about the if you do it right or not. It could be completely have no elements whatsoever. The plot is trash, everything is trash. But if they do it well, it turns out to be a good anime. I mean, like it just depends on how much effort they're willing to put into it. I didn't cover all genres because there's a shit ton of genres to cover. So I just covered the basics that people usually watch. So it all comes down to just how they do it and everything like that. So, you know, yeah. Fuck Boruto.
Nomad Beats.